Hello, did you ever cheat on a test in high school? I'm SparkleDart, by the way. I didn't mean to glaze right over what I was saying just a second ago. Okay, I'm SparkleDart. Okay, so did you ever cheat on a test in high school? Because if you did, you really should call up your teacher, maybe go to a class reunion or sometime and apologize. You know, your teacher might not still work there anymore. I know mine probably doesn't because I'm, you know, like I said, I'm 42 years old. I'm an old man. I got... Sorry for burping on the show. I really am sorry. You know what? It's not something that I should do. It really makes me seem like a disingenuous guy, not taking my show seriously. And I would never, you know, I love doing this show. I love just being able to talk to you people and interact with you people on a daily basis, and it makes me so happy that you love to watch my show. It really does, and that's just kind of who I am. I'm a very genuine person, I guess you could say. I don't want to like toot my own horn here. I'll let somebody else do that for me if they really want to. But you know, not everybody gets to enjoy such fine company as I do, and that's just, you know, that's just what I think. That's just, you know, what I've been trained to think, conditioned to think. My parents always told me that if I was going to amount to anything, I need to be sure that I thank the people who let me get to where I'm going, and I like to make sure that I do that. And even though that's certainly not true by any stretch of the imagination, people will take advantage of you at the drop of a hat. If you drop your hat, somebody will pick up your hat and be like, "Look at my fancy new hat." And you're like, "That's my hat. I was wearing that just a second ago. Here's a picture, a selfie I just took of it like not even 5 seconds ago with me wearing that same hat that you got on now." And they'd be like, "I don't know what you're talking about because I was wearing this hat the whole time. So if you weren't wearing this hat like earlier than I was now, then I don't see how this could possibly be your hat, because it just really seems like you're trying to take credit for something that you didn't do. Maybe it was just not your hat in the first place. I don't know why you'd like lie about something so trivial like that. It just doesn't make sense to me as a person. But if that's really who you want to be, a person who lies about owning a hat, then, you know, I guess that's fine. That's fine with me, and I would never... Sorry so much, I apologize again. Holy cow, it's Pete from Goof Troop. Okay, so I would never lie about taking your hat. If you lie about taking my hat, then you are kind of an insufferable person. You make everybody more miserable with you being around. That's just, you know, that's what I think. That's... Okay, get over here, Pete from Goof Troop. Get over here, man. You dick. So, okay, so this is going to be a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Pete from Goof Troop. Get over it. Pete from Goof Troop. Come on, man. Oh, I'm dead. I died. I've been killed. In the line of fire, I got killed. I got dead. Okay, so... What the fuck was I even talking about? I was talking about so long ago, cheating on tests. Okay, that's what I was. I had a friend in college when I was going to law school called Ronaldo, and he didn't like to study, like to party, and he thought that since his dad was a rich Jewish lawyer, Ronaldo Goldstein was his name. He thought since his dad was a rich Jewish lawyer, he wouldn't have to study very hard so he could get by. And you know what? Let me tell you this. He was absolutely right. His dad paid off every single professor that he ever had, Ronaldo, and he passed those classes with a much higher grade than I did. So I didn't really think that there was any integrity to be had in such a profession as law school. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I had to quit. That's why I stopped going. I didn't really stop. You know, I finished out the semester, of course, because I would never just, you know, I would never just quit something in the middle of, you know, trying to make something of myself. I would never just quit, which is why I still do this show, even though I maybe have like 1 or 2 people who watch every single day that are like, "SparkleDart, I love your work," and I would never just bail on you for no reason. You know, you're a nice guy. You really bring something new to my day, something I didn't have in the first place, and I thank you for that. I appreciate what you do and who you are, and even though I don't know you personally, I still love the fact that you are willing to talk to us lessers, you know, us normals. I'm joking, of course. I am just as normal. I'm probably less functional in society as any of you people watching my show, and that's just something that I think is true. Maybe it's not true. I don't know, because you know I do have a full-time job. I usually work overnights, but at the same time I will do this show, and I will do this show in the middle of the night when I'm asleep and I can't, you know, or when I'm awake and I can't get to sleep. I can't do the show when I'm asleep because that wouldn't make sense. It's crazy to say something so crazy like that. That would never make sense in real life. So I really have to go all the way around. Do I have to go all the way around? I hope I don't. I do. Okay. Well, anyway, you expected this. If you ever played this game before, you knew exactly what was happening. So thank you for not spoiling anything for the other people who've never seen this game before. They think maybe, okay, well, I saw this game on at Walmart, at Target.com, and I'm like, you know what, that game looks really fun, I want to buy it, and I'm going to play it, and I don't know if it's any good or not, so I'm going to go online and check out like a walkthrough of it, or a let's play video, or like a review, or maybe something like that, so similar to that, when you go and check it out, that you'll maybe like, I like this game, I'm going to buy it. Thank you, SparkleDart, for teaching me that it is such a possibility for me to make informed decisions without ever having to actually, you know, pay top dollar for something that I didn't want in the first place. That is something that I was hoping that I could find on the internet, and it turns out that I can, and now I'm going to give you my love and affection. So thank you, SparkleDart, for being there for me. We are friends now, and I will be a friend forever. I will be a friend forever. That is another SparkleDart guarantee. If you want to be my friend, just go ahead and say so. I will never turn down a person for wanting to be friends with me. That's not who I am. I'm a nice guy. I will say this over and over, and if it doesn't get through to your head, then I guess it never will. I'm just trying to brighten up your day. Get it? Because I lit the candle. Get it? Because I did that just a second ago. I will brighten up your day. And I will, you know, if I had a stick of gum in my pocket, I would give it to you, even if it was my last one. Even if it was Wrigley's Doublemint Gum, I would give you a bit of it. Do they still make gum? I don't fucking know. I used to eat that shit all the time. I used to eat Wrigley's Doublemint Gum like it was candy, and it wasn't candy, and that's why I shouldn't have been swallowing it, but I did swallow it because I thought it was candy. You know, 6-year-olds, they put something sweet in their mouth, they're like, this tastes delicious, I'm going to swallow it, even though it hasn't dissolved or broken down completely in my mouth, and even though that is the case, I will make sure that I follow up on my word. I would never go back on my word. Certainly not, because you know even though I'm a kid, even though I'm a little child, I still have my integrity to think about. And if I don't think about my integrity, then nobody else will, because you know my parents didn't raise me right, and that's why I'm eating gum. I'm swallowing gum, and they say that gum will stay in your stomach for like 7 years. That's not true. It will pass through your body. It just won't be digested. And if it's not digested, then I guess you're kind of at a loss here. I don't know what to tell you. It's something you don't want to do is swallow gum, and that's just gross. I would never recommend that you do something so disgusting as to do that. But if you do swallow gum, then, you know, I'm not going to fault you for it. If you want to be faulted for anything, I guess you could be faulted for cheating on your test. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say the whole time. So, I called you out in a lie, it seems like. So, please, 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 if you're gonna write down your answers on your arm, like a sheet of paper before you go into the classroom, think twice about doing that. It's not good. You don't want to build up a bad reputation for yourself. You know, you just gotta care about your reputation, like that song from Shrek when he was fighting all the knights, and he was spilling ale all over the place, and that's a lot of ale to waste. But I think Shrek, maybe he thinks he can, stands to waste that much ale, because maybe he's like, well, I'm above the law, I'm an ogre. Ogres aren't necessarily part of society the same way chimpanzees in real life don't have. They don't have citizenship, even though some people think that all the great apes should have citizenships. All the great apes, of course, including things like the bonobos and the chimpanzees and gorillas and the orangutans. Now, orangutans, actually, they're part of something called Pongo, and the chimpanzees is something called troglodytes. And the gorillas, The Western lowland gorilla's scientific name is gorilla. So if you're gonna mess with any sort of monkey, don't be messing with him. He's got 3 names and they're all the same. And since they're all the same, you don't know what he's gonna do. He could attack you. He could just like rear back and just smack you, pop you right in the fucking head. And if he did that, you'd never know what to do as a reaction because he's a gorilla and he would never be so... What am I trying to do right now? Okay, he would never be so careless as to punch you with no reason. Now, if you ever seen a gorilla, they will go ahead and punch the glass. If you're standing in front of a glass display at the zoo, the gorilla will punch it, and he will attack you, and he will not hesitate to pop your fucking head in, and that's what he will do because he's a gorilla. He doesn't know any. So the great apes, even though they are classified as great apes, and that includes humans, humans are great apes too. A gorilla is still a mindless animal, and I wouldn't, you know, mindless maybe not the most appropriate word to use for something that can cognate in similar to the way that humans do. But let me just say that we do keep them in zoos and they don't fight back. So if I was going to take them seriously, I would take them more seriously than as to I would take them more seriously if they were like writing books or maybe writing screenplays, or if they were good at backgammon, I might take them seriously. They are none of those things, and that is just what I've noticed about the... Fuck am I looking at here? That's just something I've noticed about the gorilla. The gorilla kind, you know, they don't appreciate what we give them. We give them habitats. They're endangered in the wild, and in Africa, where you bless the rains, people hunt them for bushmeat, and that might be more specifically chimpanzees, but if it's not, then I guess gorillas are endangered in that same exact regard too, so please don't hunt gorillas, that's all I'm gonna say. If you hunt gorillas, then you gotta have a dirty conscience, like if you're cheating on a test. So thank you for checking out SparkleDart today. I've been rambling on a lot more than normal lately, but that's because I love to talk. You know, I have got a lot to say and not a lot of time to say it, so I gotta cover so many topics in such a little amount of time that it's hard for me to really... That was a stupid idiot mistake that I just did there. Okay, well, okay, fuck that then. Okay, thank you for checking out SparkleDart. Goodbye. Mwah.